Okay. Good evening, everybody. You can hear me like this? Yeah?
We can hear you, Ajarn.
Yeah. Talk again.
We can hear you.
You can, yeah, you can hear. I also can hear you. Good. So, good evening, everybody. Today, I want to talk about Sutta. Normally, we are using, or most of the time, we are using Suttas or some stories from what we are chanting. Today, I choose one Sutta, one story. It's not exist inside the chanting book, but it's something like very interesting and very important Sutta. This is officially, it's in mention as the third Sutta of the Buddha. Well, it's the first Sutta is the Buddha. He gives after he get enlightened, he teach the turning the wheel of Dhamma, and this was his first teaching. Second teaching, he give about 5 days after this, or the 5th days after this, he give the second Sutta, which called Āditta-pariyāya Sutta, the Sutta of the non-self. And this Sutta, the Buddha give about 4 months after this, 3.5 to 4 months after the, I will tell a little bit the story about it. And this is something like considered to be the third Sutta of the Buddha, but officially it's not the third Sutta, because I will try to explain you, and you see that during this period of 4 months, actually the Buddha teach much more Suttas, okay? But normally people will mention this is the third important Sutta of the Buddha, okay, or teaching of the Buddha. But I will try to tell you some Suttas or some teaching that the Buddha give to different people. This Sutta that I'm talking about, and we are going to talk about today, it's called Āditta-pariyāya Sutta. And what the meaning of Āditta-pariyāya Sutta? It means the fire ceremony Sutta, or the discourse about the fire ceremony. This is the Buddha, he give teaching to 1,000 people, ascetics. Okay, and this is what the meaning of the word Āditta. Āditta, it means fire or flame. Okay, Pariyāya, it means discourse or teaching or ceremony. That's why they call Sutta. Sutta, it means the discourse, or so it's the discourse or the teaching about the fire ceremony. This is mean, and the Buddha gave lectures and he explained the Dharma through using the fire. Soon I will explain why the Buddha is using the fire similarly to teach. Just for in mention, where is it record? It's come from Saṁyutta Nikāya. It's from the Connecting Discourses, number 35.28. Okay, just when people want to know. It's also mentioned in the Vinaya. In Vinaya, it means the teaching of the precept and all these things. It's also this story, it's there. It's in the Vinaya 135. Saṁyutta Nikāya, it means discourse, connecting discourse, because this is few teaching, one after the other or nearby each other, that there is some kind of similarity between them. And in this case, what is the similarity between the different stories is about the subject of the fire. The Buddha using the fire as a simile. That's why they're coming nearby. And this is all about 4 sutta, or I think altogether it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 and 5 include the Āditta-pariyāya itself, the fire ceremony, which they're all about the Buddha using the simile of the fire. It's different occasion, it's different timing, but they even, some of them, they are under the same names. It's called Āditta-pariyāya, one of them called Āditta Sutta, okay? It means the fire ceremony or the fire story, but even they're under the same name, but they given different times, not relationship to each other, okay? But the name is under the same name. So this is just a little bit where it's come from, okay? Okay, so this is. Okay, now I want to show you, to explain you a little bit the story about background of this story of in the time of the Buddha. Maybe I will, we have the map here. So I will share with you, again the map. So just to show you background, what we are talking about. Yeah, okay. I make it a little bit bigger. You can see it, huh? Everybody can see it. So like this. This is Lumbini, okay? This is the birthplace of the Buddha. This is the place where the Buddha was grow up, Kapalavastu. This is Nepal, Nepal of today. You see, this is the mountain, the Chow mountain of Nepal. This is India, okay? After the Buddha, he reached 29 years old, he get married, he have a little baby. He decided he's going to leave home and to go to be like ascetic, to practice meditation, to look for enlightenment. He left his home and he's traveling all the way from here, coming to the area of the Ganges. This is the Ganga. Okay, this is the Ganges. He is living here, and then he's coming and crossing this area. This area was a great king. Okay, his name Bimbisara. This is Rajgir. Okay, Rajgir, Bimbisara, here. Here called Urovela. It's a place when people, the many ascetic, they used to practice. They used to practice there. This is Gaya and Bodh Gaya. In Bodh Gaya, Buddha get enlightened. When Buddha left home, he started to travel all this way. He meet two big teachers, one Alara Kalama and Ramaputta. Both of them, they teach him the samatha, concentration. But Buddha was not satisfied. He left them and then he come here. During the way that the Buddha is doing, the trip that the Buddha is doing, there is 5 friends. One is Kundanya, and the other friends, they are children of the great ascetic. When the baby was, when Buddha was just a baby, there is 8 monks come to look what will be the future of this baby. One of them was Kundanya, and the others ascetic. They look and they think Buddha was going to be either Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, the baby either will be Buddha, either will be king, great king. If he will live on, he will be Buddha. Okay, so when the Buddha already was 29 years old, all 7 of these ascetic, they passed away already. But the youngest from them, his name was Kundanya, so he joined to the Buddha. And today, together with them, another 4 children for another ascetics. So they became like 5 friends that follow Siddhartha Gautama. Okay, this king. The Buddha is not yet Buddha. So they was where they came. They came to Urovela. You see this name, Urovela. Here, this is nearby. This is Nikanjana river. This is a river called Nikanjana. So they come to practice here. This is the village called Bodh Gaya. So in the very beginning, they are practicing in Urovela. Not only the Buddha was practicing there together with the 5 friends, it was other very important teacher, masters, they used to practice there. And the king Bimbisara, he liked very much monks. He owned a lot of monks, so he take care for a lot of monks. That's why they also they feel comfortable in this area. So they was practicing there. So Buddha was practicing there, and then after the Buddha realized that ascetic way to torch the body, to suffer so much, to kill yourself, it's not the way. So he gave up the ascetic. He said, I should not be too extreme. I should be middle way. So he go down to this river, Nikanjana river. You see, he was practicing in this area. It's called Urovela. And this place is Bodh Gaya. He crossing the river and coming to Bodh Gaya, it's not far from each other. It's just walking distance. It's not far from Gaya. Gaya is a big city. Okay? So all these things is nearby the river. Yeah? And then the Buddha, he washed himself in the Nigandana river, okay? And he was eating. In the nearby this river, there is a house of one woman named Sushada. She offered him food, the Buddha eat. So during the time that Buddha eat and wash himself, the 5 friends that was watching him, and there was ascetic. The things should be ascetic, should be touching body. And if we don't touch the body, this is not the way. And when the Buddha start to eat and start to wash himself, they thought the Buddha give up. Okay, that's why, like I said, that time, not yet Buddha. His Siddhartha Gautama is Bodhisattva. So the Buddha, he stay alone. And he crossed the river, he coming to Bodh Gaya, he get enlightened. Stays 7 weeks nearby, he get enlightened in Bodh Gaya under the tree, Bodhi tree. Okay? And you remember this Uruvela. Why will you have to remember? Because our story is going to be in Uruvela. Now I just want to tell you what happened before our story. So again, the Buddha get enlightened in Bodh Gaya. The 5 friends, they are walking all the way, they're coming to here. To Saranat. To Saranat, this place is Saranat, and this is Varanasi, big city Varanasi. So the 5 friends, they are leaving him. They don't want to practice with him. They think he's not a good monk. They leave him and they walk this distance from here to walk. It takes 1 week. So they go and they stay here in Saranat. You see, Saranat. The Buddha stay alone here. He stay alone under the tree, Bodhi tree. He getting enlightened, and he continues staying there for 7 weeks. 7 weeks. 1 week is sitting meditation, another week is making walking, another week is standing. He's doing different exercise and stay there 7 weeks, no eating, without eating. After 7 weeks, he decided that he want or think to teach. So who is going to teach? Alara Kalama and Ramaputta, the monks, I told you that the Buddha meets two great monks that did in Samatha, they just died nearby. One died 1 day before, and one died 1 week before. Okay? Alara Kalama, he was older, so he died 1 week before. Ramaputta, a little bit younger, he died 1 day before. Okay? So the Buddha decided who is going to teach the 5 friends. So he's after 7 weeks. So he get enlightened. It was in the full moon of May. It means it's called Visakha. In the time of the Buddha, it was Visakha. It's the 6 months. So on the 6 months, the Buddha getting enlightened. 7 weeks he stay there, and 1 week is making the way. So he coming to the time of the 8th month. This is called Asalaha. Okay? Asalaha, in the full moon of Asalaha, he making the first ceremony. He teach the 5 friends, and since then they start to practice. This is exactly the full moon before start the rainy season. So now, after the Buddha, he give them the Dhammatalk, the turning the wheels of Dhamma. Today also they make this chanting. Kundanya became Sotapan, and day by day they are practicing, and they became Sotapan, Sotapan, Sotapan. So on the 4th day, they became 5 Sotapans. This is already starting the rainy season. They are going to stay there in Saranat, in the deer park of Saranat, for 3 months. So, like this. I said the first sutta that the Buddha gave, it was turning the wheels of Dhamma. It was in the full moon, something like between 6 o'clock in the evening to 10 o'clock in the night. This was the first sutta he mentioned, the first teaching of the Buddha. Now what happened is that it was angels, they like to ask the Buddha question. They are coming to ask the question in between 10 o'clock at night to the 2 o'clock at night. We say first watch of the night, second watch of the night. first part of the night, second part of the night. It means first part of the night is between 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the evening. The second watch of the night, it was the second sutta that Buddha gave. He gave it, it's called Amavata Sutta. He gave to Amavata and another angels. He didn't teach human beings, he teach angels. Amavata was angels, and Satagiri was angels, and with them it was another 1,000 angels. They want to ask the Buddha, they come to ask the Buddha 10 questions. The Buddha teach them. They all became Sotapan. Angels became Sotapan. This is the second sutta. And then I told you that the other monks, the 5 monks altogether, they was practicing day by day. They became every day one Sotapan, one Sotapan, one Sotapan. It means on the 4th day, the Buddha have 5 students Sotapan. On the 5th day, after another 5 days, the Buddha, he give them lecture. This is the third ceremony. Anatta-lakkhana Sutta, the Sutta of the non-self. And then all of them, they became 5 enlightened monks. So then became Buddha and another 5 enlightened monks. Later on, few weeks after this, or maybe short time after this, it was one son of the millionaire named Yasa. Yasa he was living nearby here in this area. He get depression because he said, why this life? What I have to do? I'm so rich, but I'm not happy. He come and look for the Buddha. Buddha give him another lecture. He became Sotapan. And then the father of Yasa, looking for Yasa, came to the Buddha. He looks for his son. The Buddha give him another lecture. You see already how many lectures the Buddha give to angels and human beings. Then the father became Sotapan, Yasa became enlightened. Then the father invite the Buddha and his students to come to visit the home. The Buddha give another lecture. Another 54 friends of Yasa. They also became Sotapan and Arahant. They joined to the Buddha. So now Buddha has 60 enlightened monks. You see already how many sutta we are talking about. Buddha teach so many times. And then all these times, they are staying here in Saranath. So after finish the rainy season, it means we are coming to time of October already, okay? In our time, it's October. They finish the rainy season, the Buddha have 60 enlightened monks. So we have 61 enlightened monk, Buddha, and another 60 people enlightened. The Buddha tell them, you go different direction. Teach, don't go together because you all have the ability to teach. I'm going to Aurovela. The Buddha declare, I'm going to Aurovela. Why Buddha going to Aurovela? This I will tell you. He's going to teach the great master that stay there named Kassapa. Kassapa brothers. This is our story will be about the Kassapa brothers. It means the Buddha is walking the distance from Saranath to Budgaya, to area of Budgaya. This is the area of Aurovela, where he himself was practicing before with the 5 friends. To meet these Kassapa brothers. Soon I will tell you why the Buddha choose the Kassapa brother. Why he have, what kind of relationship he have to this guy. He didn't go accidentally there. He have reason to go there, to meet this Kassapa brother. He have relationship to them in the past. Anyway, just to tell you one more story before we coming to Aurovela and Kassapa brother. On the way, the Buddha teach another, it was 30 people, young people, they go to celebrate in the garden, and one of them with a wife, but one of them didn't have a wife. He bring prostitute with him, so the prostitute make problem. She steal a lot of money and run away. So the Buddha was sitting meditation there, and these men, they are going to look for the prostitute, steal from them the money. So they see the Buddha sitting, they ask, did you see one woman running? So the Buddha asked them, what is more interesting for you, to look for a woman or to look for yourself. So they say to look for ourselves. The Buddha give them Dhammatalk, they became Sotapan, all of them. So this is another lecture already we are coming. How many lectures we come already? Turning the Wheels of Dhamma, Amavata Sutta, the Sutta of the Non-Self, teaching Yasa, teaching father of Yasa, teaching in the house of Yasa, the friends, and another one is now teaching these 30 people, okay? And now we are coming, after this the Buddha coming to Uruvela. In Uruvela, the Buddha meet the 3 brothers called Kassapa brothers. Who was this Kassapa brother? I will tell you a little bit about this story about what they was this Kassapa brother. They was ascetic, and they believe in the fire. They worship the fire. They worship the god of the fire. They used to, you know, Rasta. The people in India, many people go with the Rasta. Huh? Like the hair is crawling like this. They put on themselves ashes. They have a fire. They never turn off the fire. There is like a small house with a fire. They all the time keeping the fire. Sometimes there is and they put some animals or whatever to keep this fire all the time burning. They believe that the god of the fire, they have to worship him. Otherwise, he will make some bad to us. But if we make good to him, he will be good to us. So our destiny is depend on the god of the fire. So they worship on the fire. And they was here. They influence very strongly on the king in this area. The king in this area, his name was Bimbisara. When the Buddha came, just beginning, when the Buddha came to visit in Uruvela and to practice, in the very beginning, the king Bimbisara asked him to stay with them because he knew that actually he's a king from Lumbini, from Kalpanavistu. But the Buddha said, I'm looking for enlightened. So King Bimbisara told them, if you will find the enlightened and you will be Buddha, please come to me. I want to give you a land. Okay? So this is another reason for the Buddha to come here, to Uruvela. But I told you then, another reason is to meet the Kassapa brother actually. They don't know that Buddha come to meet them. But he knew it already. I will tell you. Okay? So Kassapa brother, there was 3 brothers. Uruvela Kassapa was a feminine name. Uruvela Kassapa, why they give him the name Uruvela Kassapa? Because he was practicing with his students in Uruvela. Okay? So that's why they titled him Uruvela Kassapa. He was the most older from them. He was the most important from all of them. He had 500 students. Another one, his name was Nadi Kassapa, because there is a place nearby here called Nadi, and he used to practice there with 300 students. He was the middle of the brothers. And the youngest from them was practicing with his students in Gaya. That's why they call him Gaya Kassapa. So there was 3 brothers. There was more. The most important was 500 students. It's considered to be a lot of students at that time. You think Buddha was very young, and Kassapa brother, Uruvela Kassapa, 500 students. He's a leader of the king. Very important. Very considered the god of the fire. Everybody they consider him very, very important. The king believed that the god of the fire will take care for the country. Okay, so now the Buddha coming to Kassapa brother, Uruvela Kassapa, and he said to Kassapa brother, I wish to stay here. Can you give me place in your monastery? So the Kassapa, Uruvela Kassapa, he said to the Buddha, he looked at the Buddha, he says, this is monk, but I suspect on this monk. Maybe he want to come to take my place. He's very proud. He said, I'm sorry, I don't have place for you. We don't have where to stay for you. So the Buddha looked at them and said, please, I just want to stay anywhere, wherever you give me a place, it's okay for me. So Āditta Kassapa said to him, you see this is shrine inside this house? This is the fire all the time running there. But I'm warning you, inside the fire, inside this room, there is a big, big snake. We call it Naga. Naga, it's very, very frightened. Snake, something like this. If you go there, you can die. How can you sleep there? The Buddha said, don't worry, I will manage. Just, I want the place to sleep tonight. Okay? So then the Buddha go and stay there. In the night, the Buddha uses his power of concentrations to overcome the Naga. So in the morning, when he go out, the Buddha, the Kassapa brother see, oh, how come the Buddha go down there, go out from the room, and the Naga is taking care for the Buddha. So it means he's very powerful. Okay? And then still he's proud. Don't give him. The Buddha said to him, now the Buddha tell him, I get enlightened. If you want to practice with me, also you can get enlightened. So Kassapa, he was very proud, okay, because he's a big brother, very important monk. He said to the Buddha, no, I don't believe you. So the Buddha tried to convince him again and again and again. At the end, the Buddha told them, you are keeping your pride too strong. If you just release your pride, you also can learn. So the Kassapa brother, the Kassapa, he realized, oh, I still have some pride, and it means I'm not enlightened. And he said to the Buddha, I wish to listen to you, to be monk under you. So the Buddha said, no. First you have to advise with the others. You go and advise with your brother and the other students. So the Āditta Kassapa go and talk to the brothers, and then all the 1,000, you see, Āditta Kassapa have 500 students. Nadi Kassapa have 300. And Gaya Kassapa have 200. So it means there are 1,000 students altogether. But the most important is the Āditta. He's something like he's the leader, he's the big brother, okay? So it means that all of them, they come, 1,003 people, they come to listen for the Buddha. And then the Buddha collect them and he give them some Dhammatalk. I will talk before we are going to go into this, what the Buddha give them, the fire ceremony. I will tell you one story more. This is a story that actually we talk about it before 3 weeks. When I teach you, I give you the teaching about the outside the wall, about the Peta, the angry ghost. You see, we are talking here about the 3 brothers of Kassapa. We are talking about the king Bimbisara, okay? So what the relationship between all of them? I want to tell you some story from the past life to see the relationship, why these Kassapa brothers, they are ready to listen for the Dharma, what they have the relationship to this, the king, the great king, okay? Why they come to be in this meeting now. Before I'm going to tell you, after this I will tell you, we go into the Suta itself, the teaching itself, the fire ceremony itself. But just a little bit background from the past life. How far we go to the past life? We go 92 eons before. You see how much the world became big, and again, the Big Bang. Boom, 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 again and again. All the stars, all the galaxy go and come back. So long time before. We are talking about 7 Buddha before. Okay? Our Buddha. We are going to the history or the past lives of 7 Buddha before. Just I make for myself order. Yeah. Okay. So you see again, I say we are going to 92 eons before, so long time. Yeah. We talk about the city named Kasi. It was one city named Kasi. This is actually another name for Varanasi. It was that time a king, great king, named Jayasena. And he had also one woman named Sirima. The king Jayasena and the queen Sirima have a little bit a child. This child named Pusa. This Pusa, he grew up and he became the Buddha at that time. The Buddha Pusa. He was that time 92 eons before. I'm talking about 7 Buddha before of our Buddha. Okay? So Jayasena, the king, have another wife also in the same times. So he have children from the other wives also. And from the other wives, he have also children. It means these children was the brother of the Buddha. 3 brothers. These 3 brothers, they all the time, the king, he like very much the Buddha himself. He take care of the Buddha, he give him alms, okay, he watch on him, everything, because he also was his son, but also he respect him as a Buddha. And the brothers also like this, their brother very much, the Buddha himself. And they wish to, all the time they wish to take care for him. The 3 brothers, okay? And all the time they ask the father, oh, we wish to take care for our brother. We wish to take care for the Buddha. But the father all the time refused. He said, no possible. You will not, it will be difficult for you to take care for the Buddha. Buddha have to treat very well. So they all the time been refused by the father. So one time it was some problem on the border of the country. So the Buddha asked the 3 brothers to go and to settle the problem. So these 3 brothers, they settled the problem. They came back home. They was very happy, very proud. So the father, the king, asked them, what do you wish for this? That you did something good for your country. So they say, we wish to take care for the Buddha. So the Buddha said, no. And the father said, no possible. The king said, no, no possible. You cannot get it. They say, we want to take care for the Buddha 7 years. So the Buddha said, the father said, no possible, I don't gonna give you. Okay, I give you, but only for one rainy season. It means only for 3 months. You want to take care for the Buddha, you will take care for the Buddha only for 3 months. So now these 3 brothers, they took responsibility to take care for their brother, for the Buddha, for 3 months. But inside another side, they want to be monk also. So they took the treasurer of the country, the man that taking care for the money, and they told them, you will be the responsible. We trust you very much. He was very honest man, very good man. You will be the one to take care for our brother. We want to join to the Sangha to be monk for short time, for the rainy season. He said, no problem, why not? I will do it. And also he asked for the country agent, like a governor or something like this, the government in this time, with his relative to prepare all the food, everything, okay? So during this time, the country agent, he take care for the food, but what happened that some of the relative of the country agent, they start to steal for the food. They start to eat from the food. They start to make problem, okay? So when the rainy season finished, the Buddha himself, he came back to his father. The 3 brothers, they stopped being monk, they disrobed, okay? They came back to be prince. And slowly, by the time the Buddha died, the father died, the country agent died, and these people make problem, they became, like I told you, like PETA. I talked about this already in the past, in another occasion. Okay, but what happened is that the time passed away, run, and then we are coming to our time. And in our time, the Buddha is Shakyamuni Buddha, and these three brothers, they actually became the three Kassapa brothers. So that's why the Buddha come to meet these Kassapa brothers. The treasurer, the one that is taking care for all the treatment of the Buddha, he became the King Bimbisara. So this is the past life of King Bimbisara and the three brother Kassapa brothers. Now they are meeting in this occasion, they don't remember, but the Buddha himself, he know all this relationship between all these people. Okay, he tell about this relationship. Now we are coming to the time, we're coming back to the situation that the Buddha collect 1,000 students and the three brothers of Kassapa, together 1,003, and he's going to give them the, what we call fire ceremony. I just want to show you, to share with you one more thing. Before we start the ceremony, to talk about the ceremony itself. This one. You see this one? Like a small hill. This place, the name of this place called Gaya Sisa. Why it's called Gaya Sisa? Because it's nearby Gaya, the city of Gaya. I showed you the picture before. This is called Gaya Sisa. This is have another name. It's called Brahmayoni. Brahmayoni, with the meaning of Brahmayoni, Yoni, it's mean birth, okay? The place where the Brahma birth, okay? Birthplace of the of Brahma. Brahma is a god, okay? This is another name. And also, there is another name for this. It's called Patipasana, which the flat rock. You see, it's like a rock, flat rock. What is this place? This is the place where Buddha is sitting. And now the Buddha is going to give to the 1,003 students. He's sitting here. The students sitting, I don't know, here or there, I don't know exactly. We never go to visit this place. I never go to visit that. This is the picture of the place. And the monks sitting here, 1,003 monks, they are worshipping the fire. They have the idea that the fire is the god of the fire will save them, give them the whatever, I don't know, our suffering and happiness depend on the fire, the god of the fire. And the Buddha is going to give them lecture, going to talk to them. So now we are going to start the ceremony itself. Okay, so to start the ceremony itself, I will stop the sharing here. I will open the should be this one. Okay, good. Now maybe we make it on the way. Martin, you are there?
Yes, I'm here, Ajarn.
Good. Everybody can hear, also me and also Martin? Yeah, I can hear, okay. And then what we do, maybe, Martin, you can read it slowly, and I will explain what the Buddha is actually teaching there, okay? So till now I explain you the background of this ceremony. Now we will talk about the ceremony itself, what the Buddha is teaching. You see here, translate, Bhikkhu Bodhi translated as a burning. Some they translate fire ceremony, because Āditta it's mean actually fire or burning or flame, and this is pariyāya. It means This is called Āditta Sutta. There is also Āditta-pariyāya, which is the ceremony of Āditta, of the fire, okay, fire ceremony. So it's they are very nearby. But anyway, maybe like I said, you see here, you can see Saṁyutta Nikāya 3528, okay? And then we will do that. Martin will read it, and I will try to explain about it. So please, Martin, you can start.
Okay. On one occasion, the Blessed One was dwelling at Gaya's head, together with 1,000 bhikkhus. There, the Blessed One addressed the bhikkhus thus.
Okay, so you see, this is, I told you all the background and who is this 1,000, what is the relationship between them to the place. So here it's just the beginning of the sutta, it's introduction to the sutta, that all the story that I told you till now. Gaya is actually the place, it's the city, the place officially it's called Gaya Sisa, okay? You see here, say Gaya head, but actually, again, like I told you, it's the flat rock, okay? And then 1,000 bhikkhu, it was 1,003. But sometimes we have to consider that it's conventional word. Don't take it for granted in the numbers. It's want to say many. 500, it's mean many. Okay, it's the same like I tell you, give me one moment, I'm going to the toilet. Nobody can do toilet in one moment. But we don't think that this is telling lie. It's just I want to say, give me short time, I'm coming soon. Okay, so in this case, when we talk that about this, that Urobela Kasapa have 500, it means he have a lot. Sisa Kasapa or Nadi Kasapa have 300. It means he have a little bit less. Also a lot, but still less. Gaya Kasapa have 200, maybe a little bit less than that. So this is what I mean. But let's say 1,003 students, the Buddha bhikkhu. Okay, bhikkhu, it's mean people that living out of alms. They are going and begging on the street that people give them. So this means bhikkhu. 1,000 bhikkhus. Okay, it means reckless, or people which left home and living out of donation. So this one means. And then the Buddha starting to teach them. Please, Martin.
Bhikkhus, all is burning. And what bhikkhus is the all that is burning?
Okay, what? Sorry, one moment. You see what the Buddha say? Everything is burning. Because the Buddha, you see how clever is the Buddha. You can use them, you can teach them the 4 foundations of mindfulness. You can teach them about the 4 noble truths. You can teach them 8 paths. But he's not talking like this. These monks sitting in the front of them, they are practicing strong concentration, and all their idea is about the God of the fire. So the Buddha talked to them in the language they understand. You know that they are ready to understand the Dharma, but you have to talk to them. It's the same like if you go to the kindergarten and you talk to the baby there, the children, you cannot talk to them big, you have to talk to them like a children. So here, these people which thinking that they are all their life, they're giving for the fire, the Buddha tried to talk to them. He's talking to them on the directions of the fire. And he say, all is fire. Everything is under fire. If you think that only the God is in fire, everything is in fire, the Buddha said. And then he said, what does mean all? What I mean when I say all? Please, Martin.
The eye is burning. Forms are burning. Eye consciousness is burning. Eye contact is burning. And whatever feeling arises with eye contact as condition, whether pleasant or painful, or neither.
Okay, now you see something very, very important. What the Buddha is doing is talking about how the process of the receiving on the information inside us, it's working. He's talking about the psychology, about how human being getting information. What happened to us when we see something? Later we'll talk about this, the same things, how we can hear, how we are smelling. Actually, he's talking here, let's say, I don't know to say, physics or biology. This is very, very important. It's something like also Paticca Samuppada. Yeah, like the cause and effect, cause and effect. What happened to us when we receive information through the sense doors? Now you see this is link or relationship between 5 elements. Okay? There is the object, there is a flower. Okay? Suppose there is a flower, there is a cake. This is a form, but there is my eyes. When the sun is touching the flowers and coming, the light coming to my eyes, this is something that happened physics, bodily, okay? But it's not finished like this. There is another thing. There is the consciousness inside me. I give you example, okay? The consciousness is the moment or some element inside our mind, not our brain, our mind. It's mean mentally. It's already mentally. The eyes, it's a machine. But inside we have the mind, which is mentally ready to receive this information. It's called eyes consciousness. And this is because we have, sometimes we pay attention to the eyes. Sometimes we pay attention to the ear. Sometimes we pay attention to the smell. Sometimes we pay attention to the touching. It's different consciousness in the mind. And this is going according to the karma. I give you an example, okay? Suppose I'm walking somewhere, I don't know, maybe on the street. And then I see someone making play game, maybe card, okay? Or maybe making, maybe play card, or, you know, in India, people play with the snake, okay? Wow, so interesting. So immediately I'm looking at this and I have interest to look at this. So moment by moment, I'm just paying attention to what I see, okay? So because of the karma, that something happened very interesting me, I'm looking at the snakes. I'm looking at the person play with the snakes. And then my friend coming and calling me, but I don't pay attention to it. I'm busy. I'm too busy to look at the snakes. It's interesting me. But actually my ear is getting the information, but I don't pay attention to it because I'm busy on another things. It means the busy, it's like a karma that push me to pay attention to the eyes, but I don't give any attention to the ear in this moment. Even my friend very nearby me, but I don't pay attention to him. It means that because of the karma, the mind is choosing to pay attention to the ear, to the eyes, and not to the ear. Okay? So it means that in one, there is a snake, there is the flower, there is the cake, there is whatever it is. This is the form outside. There is my eyes. If I blind, I cannot see it. But the second condition is my eyes to receive the information. And then there is my consciousness, which, because of the karma, taking this information. Otherwise, I don't receive the information. I don't do it with this anything. I even don't understand what I see. But my eyes is testing it. Okay? Sometimes people push my legs. Maybe some animal standing on me. But I even don't pay attention. I'm busy on something else. So sometimes we are thinking, but we are busy about other things, so we don't pay attention that we are thinking. Okay? So we have 6 sense doors actually. Okay? This is what we call mind. Or later on you see the mind sense doors. Okay? So here the Buddha actually talking physically mentally how we are working. It's very, very deep if you understand it. You see, we are talking about the eyes is burning, okay? This is the eyes is burning. It means this machine, which called eyes, which is just, you know, lens and whatever. The hearing, it's just the skin and whatever. It's burning. Later on, I tell you what, burning for what? Why we say burning? Form is burning. It means the flowers itself in under fire. The cake, whatever it is, I don't know, the sight, the outside things that receive what come into my eyes. The eyes consciousness. What is the eyes consciousness? I just told you, this is the moment that the eyes receiving this information. It's burning. And then the Buddha continue, the eye contact. What does mean the eye contact? When the mind understands, I got information from the seeing. I see the picture. I see, I don't know, Michal sitting there. I see the flowers. Okay? It means the mind already recognizing what is seeing. Okay? This is the next step. The eyes consciousness, it means I just received the information. The eye contact, it means when the mind know I see something. Okay? This is the next step. But it's not stopping like this. It's continue with the feeling arising with the eyes contact. Because you don't just get information from the contact, immediately you like the flowers, you like the cake, you like whatever you see, okay, the picture. So immediately raising up the feeling there. If it can be, what kind of feeling? It can be pleasant, okay? Maybe you see something, immediately you like it. Maybe painful, maybe you don't like it. Or maybe you're just neutral about it, okay? You see paper on the table, you don't care. You don't like it, you don't like it. It means immediately the mind is acting with a feeling to this. Now you see what happened. The sun coming to the flower, coming into my eyes, the mind receiving this information. I understand, I see flower and I like it. What do you mean? It's coming one by one so slowly? No. There is a logic of one after the other, but actually it's come together. It's coming together, but actually not together. Huh? You can understand? It's not together, but actually it's come together. I open the eyes. What comes first? The form, the door, or my eyes, or my contact? Actually, it's something like there is a logic of not together, but it's something that happened together. It's happened very, very fast. Something like together, but not together. Okay? If there is, you can break it. It's very complicated, but you see already here the third teaching, the Buddha already teaching about how the psychology of the human being is working. How because it's just conditions. It's not me, not I, not you. It's just some conditions that coming and raising up cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect. That's why we call it paticca samuppada, cause and effect, cause and effect. One is creating the other, one is creating the other. Because of this, this happened. Because of this, this happened. This happened, this happened, this happened. One after the others. But why they are burning? Martin, you continue to read from, you can start again from Bhikkhu.
From Bhikkhu. Bhikkhu, all is burning?
Yeah.
And what bhikkhus is the all that is burning? The eye is burning. Forms are burning. Eye consciousness is burning. Eye contact is burning. And whatever feeling arises with eye contact as condition, whether pleasant or painful, or neither painful nor pleasant, that too is burning. Burning with what? Burning with fire, burning with the fire of lust, with the fire of hatred, with the fire of delusion, burning with birth, aging and death, with sorrow, lamentation, pain, displeasure, and despair, I say.
Okay, you see what the Buddha say? Why the Buddha he call, okay, eyes, why burning eyes? Why flowers have to burn? What the connection with the burning? Because why? Not because of the flowers, not because of the cake, not because of I don't know what seeing I see. The object is just an object. When I look at this mouse, it's just a mouse. It's burning because inside us we have attachment, we have craving, we have the greed, anger, and delusion. Because we have kilesa, we call it, okay? Ignorant inside us. And we have the intention to touch everything. I am seeing, I'm beautiful, I have very good eyes, I'm very clever, I'm thinking good. So that's why it's create continuously. Okay? It's create birth. It means the Buddha said that the reason, what is the reason that I can say all these things is burning? All these things is burning because of it's mixed with the great anger delusion in our mind. Inside us, we have ignorance. So everything that is just nature became suffering. And because we have an attachment, we want more. Or we don't want, we holding. So there is immediately birth. Something new coming, okay? I see something, I immediately go and grab on it. So immediately there is birth, okay? I have something with my hand. Huh? And then aging. Already I'm eating it maybe, eating, and then I need to go toilet, okay? So like this continuously. And then it's create, tomorrow I don't have the apple, okay? Today I eat the apple, I'm very happy. Tomorrow I don't have the apple, already suffering. I'm not happy about it. Next day I want another one, okay? So what will happen? It's creating and bringing more pain and displeasure and sorrow and sadness because there is birth, aging, sickness, and die. Nobody like to die. Nobody like the things will stop. So it means the Buddha said that when we follow these six sense doors, hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, feeling, thinking, we don't acknowledge them, immediately it's give rising to another things, and then feeling of liking, disliking, and then create again and again and again. New rebirth and then new rebirth and then new rebirth. Okay? So this aging, sickness, dying, okay, and then we don't want people to die for us. We don't like to have problem. We want everything will be secure. Okay? So that's why the Buddha said that all this process of what we are seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, it's actually based to create suffering on us. Not because of the form, but because we have attachment to it. Okay? So then we want better one, we want more, or if we get some information, we don't like it, okay? Immediately create disliking or whatever. So this is why it's based, bringing suffering at the end. Okay? So, yeah. And then the Buddha continue. We talk here, the Buddha give an explanation about the eyes. But then the Buddha said the same things actually about the ear, okay? When we're hearing something. So Martin, you can continue.
Seeing thus, bhikkhus, the instructed noble disciple experienced...
No. You continue now to, you see, I mark it. The
I cannot
ear is burning.
now, Ajarn, because we have I have just some information called meeting room, and I don't know how to get rid of it without leaving the, it's just come up as Newman Vipassana Center, Israel, and I cannot see you anymore. I don't know why. I don't want to press leave, because if I leave, I end up leaving the Zoom.
You don't have the sharing?
Now I can. I got it.
You can see the sharing. I think everybody can see the sharing, yeah?
Yes. Okay. So to start with this one, yeah? The ear is burning.
Yeah.
Okay. The ear is burning. The mind is burning.
Okay, just one moment. You see why? Here, actually, the bhikkhu body, he makes shortcuts. Because in the main sutta, it's the ear is burning, and then you repeat everything like before. Okay? And then he asks, the ear is burning, and says the ear consciousness is burning. The ear contact burning. Okay? The feeling. Okay? It's just something like he said the same things like this one, but for the hearing. You understand? Huh? You can understand? And then he talk about here, you see here, this place, there is long story that it's missing actually. The next things he will continue, he talk about the smelling. He will say the smelling is burning. The consciousness of the smelling is burning. The contact smelling is burning. Burning from whatever feeling, good, bad, is turned in the smell. Because of the smell, is burning. From what? From aging, from greed, anger, delusion. And then he say it's bring again aging, birth, aging, sickness. Okay, and then he will continue. So we say hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, feeling, and then he talk about mind. Okay, what is mean mind? Mind is mean memory. When our mind and when we understand what we are thinking, this is mean mind consciousness. Okay. And then the Buddha said that mind is burning, and here is continue. Mind consciousness is burning. Mind contact is burning. Okay, you got it. You can say that you understand. Anyone didn't understand what I mean? Again, I will explain. You see here, in this line, in this place, they say the ear is burning. Okay, you can see it starting with the ear is burning. But then we continue. Same like here. The ear, the sound. You can't hear even say the sound is burning, because the ear we get sound. Okay, and then the ear consciousness is burning. The ear contact is burning. He don't want to repeat it again and again and again, so he makes shortcut. The bhikkhu body as a translator. He make it shortcut. But he talk the same like he talk about the eyes, and he explain how the eyes is working. He same things he talk with about the ear. And later he will talk exactly the same about smelling. When people smelling something, there is a smell coming to our nose. When I smell it, and then my consciousness is getting this information. And then the mind understand I'm smelling something like this and that. And then I like it or I don't like it. Okay? So altogether we have 6 sense doors: hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, feeling, and thinking. So thinking, it's mean mind. Mind is mean thinking, what I'm thinking. So then he explained the same things about the mind. Okay? About the thinking. And now you can continue, Martin, to it.
And whatever feeling arises with mind contact as condition, whether pleasant or painful, or neither painful nor pleasant, that too is burning. Burning with what? Burning with the fire of lust, with the fire of hatred, with the fire of delusion, burning with birth, aging and death, with sorrow, lamentation, pain, displeasure, and despair, I say. Seeing thus,
Okay, one moment, Martin. So you see what the Buddha said to them, that if you want to solve your problem, you don't look at any God outside or any other people. You can solve it by yourself. You have to control your own sense doors. If you control your sense doors, you control the fire for the sense doors. You don't need to look for controlling the fire from any God outside. It means the fire is inside you. It's in your own mind. It's not in the God of the fire, and it's not a flame of the fire from outside. It just depends on your own sense doors. So actually the Buddha gives them the opportunity. You can overcome the suffering by yourself. You don't need to be dependent on any other God. If you just acknowledge present moment and what we call protect your sense doors, so you don't follow whatever information is coming. That's why we have to acknowledge everything. If you hear something, you have to acknowledge hearing, hearing, hearing. You're smelling something, you have to acknowledge smelling, smelling, smelling. You taste something, tasting. Then you don't follow with a greed, anger, delusion. And then create anger about some information. You don't acknowledge it. It's like we say all the time, we explain it as a fire. You hear something. You don't turn off hearing, hearing, hearing. Immediately, the feeling coming. Okay, and then you don't acknowledge it. Immediately, memory. This is this. And then immediately anger there. And then the consciousness. Big fire. But then you acknowledge the sense doors, you turn off the first candle. Then you don't have to deal with big fire. And this is actually what the Buddha told them. You just have to protect your sense door. Don't follow anything. When you acknowledge hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, you don't develop yourself into this big emotion in yourself. This is what we call control your sense doors. Protect your sense doors. This is very, very important. You see, this is one very, very basic things on our practice of mindfulness, just to turn off the first candle. Okay? Okay, now Martin, we can continue.
Seeing thus, bhikkhus, the instructed noble disciple experiences revulsion towards the I, towards forms, towards eye consciousness, towards eye contact, towards whatever feeling arises with eye contact as condition, whether pleasant or painful, or neither painful nor pleasant, experiences revulsion towards the ear, towards the mind, towards whatever feeling arises with mind contact as condition. Experiencing revulsion, he becomes dispassionate. Through dispassion, his mind is liberated. When it is liberated, there comes the knowledge. It's liberated. He understands. Destroyed is birth. The holy life has been lived. What had to be done has been done. There is no more for this state of being.
Okay, you see what the Buddha tells them. When you acknowledge the sense doors, you don't follow whatever, not the good, not the bad, and even not the neutral. You just see the condition as they are. Normally, we have attachment to everything. I like these beautiful things. I like to smell this thing. But when you acknowledge, you just see everything as a conditions. You don't get attached, not in the good way and not in the bad way. You don't push it away. I don't like this food, or I like this food. When you acknowledge it, you just see food. Smell is a smell. Taste is a taste. Okay. So what happens is that the attachment to the things cut right away. And when the attachment to the sense doors cut right away, actually what happened, the person, he became anagami. Anagami, it's the third steps, okay? This is normally we have attachment. In the anagami, we don't have the attachment to the sense doors. We're cutting it, okay? So the Buddha said that if the person will cut the attachment to the sense doors, he will, the attachment or the greed, he will be free. Okay? He will be free. He will not have this, I want craving, craving, craving. And when he will be free, then he will be liberated. He will be not independent. His happiness will not be dependent on, I don't know what kind of cake, some people, oh, if I drink the nice Coca-Cola, I will be happy. Other people, if I go shopping, I will be happy. And other people, when they cutting this attachment, they became free from all these attachments to things. It means they became independent. Okay? So it means in this case, the Buddha said, the person he understands it's liberated. He understands that he destroyed his birth. It means nirvana, nirodha. The person which will learn to protect his sense doors and cut the attachment to the sense doors and all the process that lead from this, he will not look for the happiness on outside things. He can find the happiness inside them because he will cut the attachment to the outside things. And then he will be really free. Huh? So it means reach to the stage of enlightenment, we say. Yeah? Destroy his birth. The holy life has been lived. And then, Martin, you can.
This is what the Blessed One said. Elated, those bhikkhus delighted in the Blessed One's statement. And while this discourse was being spoken, the minds of the 1,000 bhikkhus were liberated from the taints by non-clinging.
You see what happened? Because they were so ready. You see how many thousands of they meet the Buddha already 92, not this Buddha. They meet another Buddha. Okay, there was the brother of another Buddha 92 eons before. Okay, so how long they was connected? They was really, really ready. They was very, very ready to listen this Dhammatalk. And in the moment that they was listening to this Dhammatalk, it touched them so much to understand that to stop the suffering, it's not to all the fire outside, is to turn off the fire from inside us. So in the moment that they really can understand it, what happened to them, they became enlightened. It means the Buddha said that they tend, okay, tend, it means all the greed, anger, delusion in the mind, all what is holding us, okay, all what is catching us like this in the samsara, they cut away. It means in this moment, what happened is that in the front of the Buddha was sitting 1,003 enlightened people in this moment. So it's when the Buddha had another 1,003 students which get enlightened in one talk that the Buddha teach them, because they was really ready for this. Okay. Just to then let you to complete this story, this Buddha, he took these 1,003 students, and then they go to the king Bimbisara. I think I can take out the sharing. Okay, yeah. The Buddha, he took the 1,003 students, the Kassapa brother will be in the other students, and they go to King Bimbisara. In this moment, the King Bimbisara, he get confused. He don't know who is the teacher, the Buddha or the Urobela Kassapa, because Urobela Kassapa was very important. So the King Bimbisara coming, he see all the monks coming together. So he don't know that they all became students of the Buddha. Because Buddha was very young. Buddha was only 35. The Kassapa brother was maybe older than him, and he was very considered to be very, very important. He had so many students with him. So the King Bimbisara get confused. He don't know who he should bow. So the Buddha, he look at Kassapa brothers. He see that the king is confusing. So he look at the Kassapa brother, the Urobela Kassapa, and he something like ask him, why did you left the fire worshipping. So Kassapa brother, he understood, or Robert Kassapa understood the message. So the Kassapa brother, he prostrated to the Buddha, he said, you are my teacher, I'm your student. So all the other monks, they prostrate, and then the king, he understood that the Buddha actually is the great teacher. So he prostrated, he knew that he should prostrate to the Buddha than all the other people. So this is something like just to complete this story. Anyone have a question? Little bit complicated? Anyway, we pay respect to the Buddha one more time. Aham Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Bhutan Bhagavantan Bhavivateni Sawakato Bhagavadadamo Dhamman Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Sanghan Namami. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajarn.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Night.
לילה טוב.
זה מורה גדול, מורה של מדיטציה.
ביי
הוא עושה לך שלום, נגיד ביי ביי.
Isa.